But hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching us in the future, or if you're joining just now, welcome to FanFiction Friction. It's our show that we do over on YouTube. But now we're doing our live segments over here on Twitch. And if you are watching the video version of this on YouTube, you can go and find this, or you can go find our Twitch channel at the following link directly below in the description. Dredging Carmine over on fucking Twitch or whatever. Without further ado, I'm here today. It's me, Carmine, with my homie. Homie, go answer yourself. Who are you? Not all at once.
Hello. The Helix.
And it's Cody.
And it's Cody. Alright, so Helix, you brought this story to me. You beautiful little bastard, you. What the fuck is this?
So it's not technically fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
This was originally a Tumblr post.
Okay.
That evolved into a story.
Okay. Now, when it says the Space Emperor, are they talking about Palpatine or like what?
Generic Space Emperor.
Generic Space Emperor, okay.
He is Emperor in space.
Do you know what characters we have?
The first couple posts in chapter 1 don't have too many characters.
Okay.
There's the Space Emperor, the assassin, there's like two servants, and then there's the narrator.
Okay. So let's go ahead.
Oh yeah, and then there's the general, or something.
Do we want to pick roles as they go, or do we want to pick roles ahead of time?
Probably as they go. I want to do the Emperor at least for a little bit.
Okay.
And then maybe we can switch it off if there's not too many other roles that come up.
Cody, who would you like to be? Would you like to be side character 1 or side character 2, or would you like to be narrator?
Where is link to the story?
Oh right, here, I'll post it directly in OG Boys because there's quite a bit of links now in FanFiction Friction.
Yeah.
Go away, 3DS Capture. I don't need you right now. Oh, OG Boys. There we are. And enter. Cool.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so anyways, yeah, who you want?
I'll be side character 1 and 2.
Oh, 1 and 2. Okay, well, I guess I'm taking narration duties.
Yeah, I'll just, yeah. Probably good.
Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm going to start at the beginning. The Space Emperor by Toadstar. This started off as a one-time shitpost I began writing while I waited for someone to get out of the bathroom. Before I realized what was happening, it spiraled into an ongoing and deeply self-indulgent comedy gay romance novella. I'm having fun here. The Space Emperor is a tyrannical dictator of the observable universe, complacent on his palatial pleasure planet, which okay. Little did he know that the power of gay love and excess pulpy sci-fi tropes would change his life forever. I reblog fan art and shitpost on spaceemperor.tumblr.com. Alright, notes. For now, I'm posting the beginning of the story as I have shared it, as a handful of disconnected chunks, made up as I went. I may go back later to flesh out the beginning of the chapters or whatever. Alright, so chapter 1. Alright, you ready?
Yeah. Alright, chapter 1. No?
Echoed the Space Emperor.
No? No one ever tells me no.
He advanced, close enough that the threads on his rich robes could be counted by the naked eye. After a furtive?
Furtive.
What? How'd you say that?
Furtive.
Furtive. After a furtive glance over his shoulder, he dropped his voice to a desperate whisper and said,
Could you do it again? Please.
Also, hi Devin. How are you? Welcome to this. I'm
I
sorry.
knew Devin 3DS legend.
Oh yeah, Cody, this is the assassin.
No.
Excellent.
Oh, it's right there. Okay. I got it. I spaced out and thought we were like 2 below. I looked away. I'm sorry.
The line was no.
Here, let me do it again for you.
Yeah. Please run that by.
Yes, please.
No.
Oh.
The Space Emperor's eyes shone like embers as he leaned forward, clasping his hands in front of his face.
So this democracy you speak of, you're telling me that people might disobey me? That they wouldn't have to do everything I tell them to?
Not if they disagree with you.
They can do that?
He licked his lips, trembling in excitement.
And voting, you say I could lose?
Yeah, you probably would, to be honest.
Incredible!
He breathed.
Why, I could kiss you.
With a surprised laugh, he stopped himself mid-step.
But you wouldn't like that, right? You'd have an opinion. Gosh, do you think other people have those?
The Space Emperor let out a long, maniacal sigh. And... What the fuck?
Melancholy.
Oh. Melancholy? I genuinely thought that's what it said. I have a high school diploma. Let out a long, melancholy sigh and turned to the hero, his lips trembling with delicate misery.
I'm going to miss you.
He sniffed.
I don't think I'll watch, when they do it.
The tear that had been clinging valiantly to his eyelashes finally broke free and rolled down his cheek.
Oh!
He cried and threw his arms around the hero's neck with a great, shuddering sob.
Yours will be the only skull I drink from ever again, I promise! I'll think of you every time! I'll pretend you're still here with me.
Or you could just not have me executed.
The Emperor inhaled sharply and took a step back, his face red and puffy from crying.
That's an option?
The serving woman stood with her back ramrod straight and her eyes fixed firmly on the floor. Every muscle in her body looked tense, and only the rapid rise and fall of her shoulders would betray her terror.
You've ruined my gown,
said the Space Emperor, regarding the purple stains on his sleeve.
These fibers were harvested on Lutoya 29, a planet that was demolished 6 units ago. There is no other like it in the galaxy. I could have you harvested for washing water for this.
He looked up and up and met the hero's eyes, his thoughtful expression melting into a delighted grin.
But I don't have to, do I?
That's the incandescence?
Yes, it says incandescence.
Incandescence.
That's what they call him.
Okay. No, wait, sorry. No.
No, your incandescence.
Whispered the woman, her sweat-beaded skin and grown translucent. Ah, got it. Hold on, let me do it again. Her sweat-beaded. Fuck. Her sweat. I like to imagine that this is exactly how, like, audiobook readings go.
Oh yeah, probably.
Her sweat-beaded skin had grown translucent with fear.
I don't even have to have you killed at all!
Oh my god, I looked away for not even a moment and the whole sentence is gone. He exclaimed.
I could,
He cast around the chamber as though searching for inspiration in his lavish furnishings.
Please, your incandescence.
The woman's voice was low and unsteady, but her gaze remained fixed on the floor.
I'll do anything. Please forgive.
Anything, you're right!
He clapped his hands and rubbed them together, stamping his little feet and doing a little dance.
I could do anything! In fact...
He reached over the table and clasped the hero's hand in his own.
Nothing is anything! I could do nothing at all!
He giggled merrily and then froze, gingerly releasing the hero's hand and leaning back. He tapped one bejeweled finger. He tapped one bejeweled finger against his temple and gave an exaggerated wink.
Oh, right. Consent. That's how you say that, right?
The serving woman's eyes flickered to the hero's. For a moment, nervous questions burning in them. The hero gave a barely imperceptible shrug and a very tiny, reassuring smile. The Emperor did not seem to notice.
Is there more wine?
He asked.
Splendid, please. Do it again.
What?
The woman's skin flashed an alarming yellow.
These are aliens, remember?
Right. The Emperor gestured enthusiastically between himself and the crystal pitcher.
The wine, my gown. I think you should, reacquaint them.
He wants you to spill the wine on him again.
Explained the hero.
No, really, he's having an interesting day.
I'm learning so many things.
The Emperor said.
Do you know that you have feelings too? It's not just me. My new friend has feelings. That man over there has feelings. That... whatever that thing is has feelings.
He stood up and threw his arms wide in a sudden empathetic motion, flinging droplets of purple liquid from his soiled sleeves.
Maybe everyone has feelings. Maybe robots, maybe my enemies, maybe...
He stopped and and the delirious grin vanished from his face.
Maybe the Litoyans have feelings.
His voice dropped to a whisper, and he stared at the hero with a strange expression.
But there aren't any more Litoyans.
So, okay, now I have a question here.
Yeah.
So, where these breaks are
Yeah,
those...
that's the posts. That's the separation between the posts. And an indeterminate amount of time occurs between them.
Okay. I get you. Does it get more cohesive?
Later it's formatted more like an actual story.
Does it get more gay?
Probably, I don't know.
Yes!
I haven't read that far.
How many chapters are there?
15.
Okay, do we want to do 3? And then I know Cody's been really wanting to get to the Drifter fanfiction.
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
Yeah, the one where Drifter gets anal blasted.
Alright, do we want to switch roles? Or do you want me to keep reading narrator? How do you feel about my narrator?
Keep doing it.
You're good.
Okay, cool.
I'm having a lot of fun playing Space Emperor. I feel like I was made to be him.
I feel like you've been thinking about this for a while now.
Not that long.
Oh, like 2 years.
Alright,
2 weeks, maybe. Whenever I posted this in the thing.
I just like the idea that you've been considering a voice for this. That's
Oh no,
great.
the voice came right away.
Oh.
Oh, I like to think you were like sitting there in your chair. You're like, all right, I really think about this. What should I do for him? So like, first you go through like a Mr. Crocker impression. You're like, I don't like that very much. Bring up Prince! Bring up Prince! You know, but no, I don't like that very much. What about? And then when you do, you're like, yes, that looks good.
Alright, Chapter 2 of the Space Emperor. I hope somebody was looking forward to this, because we're doing it. The Space Emperor took his breakfast in bed, bathed in sweet oils, allowed his hair to be combed and coiffed. What the fuck is that?
Done. Did.
Okay.
Skin its hair did.
And his face painted with a rare mineral, and then sighed in delicate frustration.
None of this seems right.
He confessed to his wardrober. After rejecting the 7th gown he was presented with, it was deep blue silk, studded all over with crystals that glinted in the sparkling... or glinted and sparkled like a night sky.
It's just not working for me today.
This is one of your finest gowns in the galaxy, your incandescence.
Said wardrober.
It is an accurate star map of the constellations, as seen from your boyhood home. Rivaled in beauty and quality only by your other remnants, but perhaps this is more your impeccable taste.
It offered an 8th gown, a trailing cascade of iridescent blue and green fabric with a shimmering diaphanous beetle wing.
It means translucent.
Ah, why don't they just say that then?
It's fine literature. You gotta use the big words.
No.
A species of rare insects went extinct for the construction of this one.
It said.
It was considered sacred to the inhabitants of that world. Wearing this gown declares your might and your majesty to the galaxy.
The Space Emperor pursed his lips. He said.
Not that one, I think.
There was an unfamiliar twisting sensation in his gut when he looked at it. Or looked at the gown.
Very well.
The wardrober replaced the shimmering garment and crossed his arms.
May I ask what you wish to archive today? I may be better able to help you dress you if I know your desired effect.
I don't know.
Cried the Space Emperor helplessly.
I want to look impressive and handsome, but not too much so, you know?
Your radiance is always blinding, your incandescence.
I know!
He sighed.
But...
He looked up at the wardrober, uncertain which of his many eyes to fix his gaze on.
What would you wear?
Well,
said the wardrober carefully.
if I were trying to impress someone in particular, without intimidating them, I'd wear something that would accentuate my favorite features. I am quite proud of my horns, though of course I am, but a humble worm beside your magnificent.
The Space Emperor considered this.
I like your horns.
He
They're
agreed.
very pointy.
Instantly, the wardrober dropped to one knee, bowing his head so that his neck was exposed, and the tips of his horns almost brushed the carpet.
They are yours if you desire them,
It said quietly.
but I beseech you to leave my school intact.
That will not be necessary.
Said the Emperor, Space Emperor, watching as the wardrober's shoulders relaxed.
I think I like them better on you.
He eventually decided upon an amber-colored robe embroidered in velvet and a matching cap. The wardrober assured him that it enhanced the natural glow of his skin and suggested warmth and vitality without being too much. The Emperor was inclined to agree with it. He had never previously appreciated the color yellow, save for the luster of gold, but now he found himself smiling crookedly at his own reflection.
How do I look?
He asked, adjusting the angle of his cap.
Especially luminous, your incandescence.
Said the wardrober.
Like a yellow star.
He found himself disinterested in the morning blood sport, unable to shake the odd feeling that settled in his stomach while he was getting dressed. He wished that he had sent for his new friend the moment he woke, but he was oddly reluctant to seem overeager, and had wished to first make himself presentable. One of his attendants kneeled beside him.
Does the fight displease you, your incandescence?
She asked softly.
Oh, sorry. You are not your usual self this morning. Shall I call for the Lyran bowl to be maddened? It always stirs you up when they impale things with their horns.
It does, doesn't it?
The Space Emperor frowned.
Do you think the bulls enjoy it?
I wouldn't know.
She said, startled.
If it pleases you, I'm certain they do.
And if it doesn't please me?
She hesitated.
Certain that they suffer. If that pleases you better. More wine?
He left the game early, troubled by something he could not identify. He would send for a doctor later, if the strange sensation did not abate. But he wished desperately to speak with his new friend, and could bear to wait no longer. Fuck, man. Lots of words. He was not used to exercising patience and found. Yes, that's what.
No, it does say fond.
Okay. Found
It's not
himself.
supposed to say fond. Better call Ship. Who's the author?
From the efforts of self-restraint. Arranging himself splendidly on the couch, he practiced smiling and laughing until his cheeks began to grow sore. When the bell finally rang, he sprang up to his feet.
Come in!
He exclaimed, forgetting his carefully planned greeting as his heart began to race. He was grinning from ear to ear, painfully aware of how elegant it must look to show all of his teeth at once, but too distracted to care.
You're incandescent.
Said the war magnet. Major? Magnate. Said the war magnate, stepping into the room and bowing low. The Emperor's face fell when he saw that she was alone.
You're not who I sent for.
He muttered, crossing his arms and sitting back down and throwing a fit.
I don't want to talk about war right now. Where's the fellow with the funny yellow eyes?
Forgive me, sire. It's a matter of imperial security.
She straightened and looked swiftly around the room, scanning it with her ocular enhancements.
An assassin has been apprehended in the palace. You must evacuate while we secure the premises.
An assassin? Here?
He shivered.
He's been neutralized. Hand over to the general.
She reassured him.
We will conduct a memory probe and find out how you breach your quotas, okay? And have those responsible for the lapse in security punished.
She savored the word with for a moment.
Proportionally.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do one more chapter. Wait, Cody, what do you think of it?
It's almost as good as a Popeye chicken sandwich.
Eric, what do you think of it?
I like this book, or this story.
Okay.
It's funny.
The Space Emperor by Toadstar. Chapter 3. Ah, fuck.
I hope the feast is to your pleasure, your incandescence. We did not have much time to prepare before.
It is not to my pleasure.
Cried the Emperor, lashing out and knocking over the platter to the floor and all that shit. The attendant winced as the tureen?
I don't know.
As the tureen shattered and bent to clean it up.
I want to go back.
That would be inadvisable,
said the war magnate, rolling her eyes.
It is not yet safe for you to return to planet side, okay? There may be traps or other assassins lying in wait, okay? I'm sure your friend is fine.
How can you be sure?
He asked. He stamped his foot, splattering soup under the golden sandal.
I want to see him. Bring him up to the ship.
The war closed her eyes and inhaled slowly, clenching and unclenching her fist.
Where?
She said through gritted teeth.
I will see if any personnel can be spared from the vitally important security sweep to find this man you speak of.
The Emperor smiled.
Excellent!
He said, settling into the cushions and then thoughtfully.
Oh, thank you.
The list of things he wished to discuss with his new friend was growing longer, and he had half a mind to write them down so that he did not forget them.
You there?
He said, addressing the attendant who was still kneeling, to mop the soup from the floor.
Remember something for me.
The attendant looked up.
Sire?
I'll get this one.
Richard, fair at you.
I want to ask him what it means when something suffers.
He chewed his upper lip.
Remind me once he gets here. I have questions about Larian bulls.
When the war magnate returned, he was once again disappointed to see that she was alone. Even worse, her expression did not suggest that he had any news he wanted to hear.
Your doesn't.
She said.
Could you describe this man to me again?
The Space Emperor ignored her icy apprehension, spreading through his chest. No, yes, okay. There was nothing wrong. They were probably just unsure of who they were looking for.
Yellow eyes.
He said, smoothing his hands down in front of his robe.
Tall, a scar from here to here, dimples, muscular, but not too muscular, you know? Just enough that it's kind of...
Got it.
She said, with a tone of and an expression that he had never seen her use before, and turned on her heel.
Wait!
He said, jumping up and rushing after her.
What's the matter? Can't he be found?
I will send for a courtesan of similar appearance.
She said.
If none can be found, a robot can be customized to. Sorry, my accent went away for a second, okay?
But I don't want a courtesan!
Oh, god damn it.
He snapped.
Or a robot! I want my friend!
Suddenly, he wished he'd stayed to see the end of the blood games. It might have relieved some of the tension he now felt.
What part of that don't you understand?
The ward glanced at the communication panel. The light was blinking green, indicating that the channel was still active.
His incandescence is very insistent, sir.
She said nervously.
Wait, I got this one.
Okay.
I will speak with him.
Oh, good.
Came the general's voice through the speaker.
I'm sorry, Your Incandescence. I'm afraid we were too late. The assassin reached your friend before we could apprehend him. He's dead, son.
The Space Emperor opened his mouth, but only an odd, high-pitched whine escaped his throat. It couldn't be true. He didn't want it, so that couldn't be true. That was how it worked. That's how it always worked. He did not remember sitting down, but gradually he became aware of the cool cloth dabbing at his forehead, as several of his attendants watching him closely. Yes, that's how I read it. It wasn't correct, but I'm going on. His robe was opened to his navel and, oh boy. Navel and beads of perspiration formed on his lips. The general's voice was still speaking.
We'll be taken care of course. He will pay for his sins of blood. I will see to it personally, but after we've extracted in the information we need.
No.
He choked out.
No.
No, sire.
He took a shuddering breath.
I want to do it. I want to kill him myself.
There was a long silence on the other end. The ward magnet shifted uncomfortably and licked her lips.
I'm sorry. Of course, Your Incandescence. I want to necessary arrangement.
And that was chapter 3. So that's the beginning of Space Emperor. How do we feel about Space Emperor? Let's go around. Cody, what do you think of the whole thing?
9.8 out of 10.
9.8 out of 10. So just normal numbers this time?
Yeah.
Alright, Eric.
Wait.
Wait, what?
One pro Jared broken marriage out of 2.
Oh.
There it is. Helix, how do you feel about it?
This is like my exact flavor of comedy.
Oh, I know. We got halfway through chapter 2 and I was like, yep, that's right. This is an Eric story. You know, the whole time that they were talking about the Emperor, I was picturing the little tiny Emperor from Worthy Kids animations.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
It
no.
was the only thing I could think of. I will give it a tiny Worthy Kids Emperor out of Worthy Kids as a channel. Make what you will of that. Okay, are we ready for story number 2?
Yeah.